Hey, I'm back. I ended up posting on Facebook to family and friends that I should be setting up shop in the library about 1:30, and because I figured that'd give me time to finish my hot cocoa and stuff, and other people should be done on lunch so I can get my mail. And I think I timed it pretty good because it's 12:52 now, so I got a little more talk time. I got a little more hot cocoa yet to finish. And I ain't been guzzling it down or nothing. I've been just slow sipping it, recording some more video here, talking to y'all, talking with y'all, and just enjoying the snowy trees and the scenery. I mean, the parking lot part isn't the prettiest, but if you look beyond that, I mean, it depends on, I guess, your perspective on things, but I really like the trees across the way because you can see the snow on top of the branches highlighting all the branches. It looks pretty. Now these littler trees around here, they're not as pretty. They're skinnier. The wind blew them around and shook the snow off. I'm just kidding. They're pretty trees too, but the thicker ones that didn't get shaken around by the wind so much, they still got snow on them, and it makes them look pretty. You know, I was tree trimming with my karate master. When we lace out a tree as it grows and gets all its foliage in it, when wind pushes it, it's like a sail. It'll grab that tree, and if you've got a lot of rain, which softens the ground during the season or whatever, well, then that hard wind comes and pushes that tree. That's when you see trees tipped over with the roots all ripped up out of the ground. So when we'd go around to take care of people's trees and make them look good, and if they had branches hanging over their driveway that were growing out lower that might be scratching their vehicles or something, or they wanted the underline raised up a little bit, we'd raise up the underline to shape the tree nice, and then when you lace out a tree, you climb up into the tree, and it's kind of like taking out every other little branch or something here and there, depending on how the tree's structured. You got to kind of learn to read the tree, and then you can go through the tree and you can clip out a little branch here and there, everywhere. So then, instead of it being so thick like a sail, it opens it up so the wind can pass through it a little better. So that way, if you get a lot of rain and strong storms, rather than that tree being totally full of leaves and everything where it pushes on it like a sail, now that it's opened up a little bit, it can breathe a little better, and the air can pass through it a little better, and it doesn't push on the tree so hard, which then gives its roots a better chance to hold to the ground because it's not being pulled on so hard by the heavy wind. So maybe you didn't know that, and maybe I just taught something to somebody. How neat's that? Wow, that's kind of cool. Gave me an idea, starting to give me some ideas that maybe I can share some different trivial knowledge I know in between these videos, and along with reminding everybody that God is number one. He is first in everything. God is first in my life for everything, and then it's me, and then after that we will decipher it or decide, because it's hard. You have different. Some things are kind of equally valuable, but still very important to you, so you can't put a lot of things in order. But the reason I say God first and then myself is, and of course, anybody that has children, we love our children, and would do anything for our children. I would do anything for my daughter. Since the day she was born and on her way, I already instantly felt the change in me. Once I knew she was going to be on the way, I knew that I would do anything in my power that I could ever do for her. And becoming a parent changes a person, because I don't know how to, unless you are a parent, you don't know that feeling until you become one, I guess. I mean, you can kind of imagine it, I guess, but it's like you could worry about being in a situation that might be not a public situation that could end up sending somebody to jail or something, where there's somebody's fighting or whatnot, and you're like, oh, don't want to go get involved in that, we don't want to get arrested or nothing. But when it comes to protecting your kids or something, you wouldn't even think about that. You just do, But anyway, I don't know how I got on that subject either, but it's a good thing. Where was I going? I had a point, darn it. Oh, I don't like when that happens. I'm trying to think. Oh, the importance thing. That's what it was. Aha, I remembered. The reason I say God first and then me, I've had friends say to me, no, my kids are first, And I understand that. I do understand that. But I try to reiterate to people that think that way why I see it differently. And they normally understand what I'm saying then. And that's that God is first above all, no matter what, for me. It's just my thing. And I wish it was everybody else's thing too. It would make the whole world a better place. And God would be very happy with that. He would like that. And the reason I'm next is because, and over my children and my family and loved ones, is because if I can't take care of me, if I don't take care of me, how can I be good for my children or my family and all that stuff, So it's not a selfish thing, but I need to take care of myself and try to keep myself as strong as I can so I can be better for my family and friends and people I care about. Another important thing my karate master said to me. How long is this video? We're going to turn it over a little bit so I can see the timer on it a little better. It's really tiny little numbers. Itsy bitsy. Another valuable thing I learned from my karate master, because I was learning martial arts from him, which is combat training and stuff. And he'd tell me sometimes that everybody always wants to get even with the guy that punched him in the mouth or called him a name or something like that. Right, want to get even right away. And he said when people should be focusing on getting even with the ones they love. And when he first said that to me, I kind of went over my head. I didn't understand what he meant, but then one day it just kind of popped in my head like, oh, I get it, And that's, your parents who've raised you, your family who's been good to you, people that have shown you love. If we're busy getting even with them, we're busy helping them same people back, showing them love back, showing them caring back. And isn't that a better thing than wanting to go punch the guy that punched you or the person that called your name, calling him a name back? You know what I mean? It's negative energy, So if we focus on getting even with the ones we love and the ones we care about, that negative and stuff fades away. And the more you stay outside of yourself doing that, the better things seem to get, and the negative and bad stuff just kind of starts becoming weak. It's like, okay, we'll say the light of Jesus or the light of God. You can take a dark room, and even if it's huge and it's dark, you light a candle or turn on a light in there, that darkness can't extinguish that light. Now you can turn up that light and it will extinguish the darkness. So for say we're in a limited size room, that's not super huge like some big arena or something. You could be in a room that's totally dark, and you could light a candle or turn on this little light, and you could see everywhere in the room. The light has extinguished the darkness, but the darkness. Have you ever noticed darkness overtake light? I haven't yet, that I can think of anyway. Wherever light is, I can see if it's a bigger area. You can see darkness in the distance, but it's kind of a cool thing to think about a little bit. I like it. I hope you like it too. So, get closer to God, Jesus, and let that light shine in you. And the closer you get, the brighter that light will shine. And the brighter that light is, the less and the further darkness will be from you. And that is true. I promise you that. You start doing it, you'll see the change. You'll see the difference. Especially if you have a lot of struggles or hard things going on in your life, it's amazing when you start talking to God or praying to God. I talk to him a lot. To me, it's the same as praying, I guess, but I kind of look at God as my best friend in the whole wide world, or the whole wide universe or whatever, I talk to God a lot. And in a way, I'm talking to him right now while I'm talking to you. And the more I talk to God, the more I share it, the easier life is, and the more positive things I see. And as a human being, I'm still human, so unfortunately, I still have days that smack me around a bit, but every time when I'm getting smacked around, especially if I turn to God, it seems like it just gets better. And everything I've been going through in this challenge in my life this time, I'm handling it so differently. Normally right now I would be in a freaked out situation, but I'm not. Somehow I just know there's wonderful stuff coming. But this was all part of another learning experience or something for me, and I've been paying attention. I've been doing some wonderful learning. It's kind of cool. I'm watching this guy scrape his back window, and a bigger chunk of ice started to break free, and then he was like using a scraper to slide it on the window and was watching the whole piece move, which I started doing the same thing. It was kind of cool until it started breaking up. Once it started breaking up, then he started scraping the other stuff down. And I can't tell if he's only got his left arm or if he's got his arm in a sling. Doesn't matter. I'm just stating facts here. And his one sleeve on his coat is just kind of flopping around, so he's either got his arm in a sling, which I can't tell, or he's got one arm, and there ain't nothing wrong with that either, It's a nice coat. He seems like a pretty happy, content person. I mean, he's not bouncing around smiling or nothing, but he doesn't seem depressed or nothing either. I hope not. And if by chance he is, Lord, or having any struggles, you help that man. Make his days brighter. Thank you, Lord. Almost forgot the camera was there for a minute. Going. That was a challenge I gave in one of my other videos. Telling people how every time I see an ambulance go by that's either got its lights on or I can tell it's in a hurry to someone or trying to get back to the hospital or that. Anytime I see an ambulance, pretty much, unless I can tell they're just, on lunch or something, I mean, I can still say prayer for the paramedic guys or that, but normally always when I see an ambulance, I ask God to take care of anybody involved, and to help the paramedics with their skills to help that person, help the person, and help the family around them and stuff, and just, Lord, take good care of those people. It's just something I don't know why I ever started doing it, but I just do. I've done it for a lot of years, every time I see an ambulance. So, I said that in one of my other videos, challenge because in case some people don't know what to say to God, or what to pray about, or some people are afraid to ask for too much or pray too big. Not this kid, let me tell you. Woo, I've thrown some big ones at him. I've thrown some really big ones at him. Oh boy, have I ever. I got a whole list of stuff I've prayed for. And throughout my life, so far, he's answered every one of them. I mean, there's some that haven't been answered yet, but that doesn't mean he's not gonna, So, sometimes you gotta wait quite a while, but sometimes they happen super fast. It's amazing. And with that, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.